If you've been playing MechWarrior 5 since the latest update, then you've no doubt noticed the much improved AI. It's one of the most welcome and important improvements that they've made. And for this reason, I have seen many people say that TTRulez AI is not as relevant anymore. Ready for me to differ? Here we go. First and foremost is one of my favorite and one of the most essential features of TTRulez AI, which is, of course, roles. You assign roles to your mech. The mechs come with their default roles, but you can change them in the mech lab. And in a previous version of TTRulez AI, you could change them on the field. Presumably that feature is coming back. Now, I understand that based on the armament of the mechs, the AI will manage them and pilot them a little bit differently, prioritizing longer range when they have longer range weapons, perhaps, as an example, and some kind of nebulous criteria. However, in TTRulez AI, when you assign the role to your mech, the mech will, to the best of its ability, and according to my observations, to a very reasonable degree, and in a very impressive fashion much of the time, will stick to the role. And what else does that do for you? Well, that allows you to have a little bit more tactical texture in MechWarrior 5. MechWarrior 5, at its heart, is a mech sim, meaning it is a simulation. Part of that is going to include the behavior of the other people you see on the field. That is going to include the way that pilots act. And if pilots have any training, they will understand their machines, and they will understand how they are supposed to fit the capabilities of their machines within the cohesive whole of the unit or squad or lance or whatever. And TTRulez AI allows you to actually consider that. From a pre-mission planning phase, you can set out your battle doctrine by deciding who is going to stay at a longer range, who will harass and skirmish, who will brawl, and so on and so forth. And being able to do that and have that amount of control is something that vanilla MechWarrior 5, with all of its AI improvements lately, does not offer. The second reason why TTRulez AI is essential is because of how it changes the movement of the mechs. Yes, mechs navigate the environment a little bit better now, but what they don't do as effectively is flank their enemy. They don't notice when they're looking at them versus when they're not looking at them, or if they do, they don't do much about it. But TTRulez AI, through the use of its roles system, does allow for more advanced tactical movements such as flanking, where you'll see strikers and skirmishers, like you see with this commando here. When they notice that the enemy is occupied with someone else, they will attack from behind. And pretty much anytime the enemy turns their attention toward them, they'll break off and try to run away. And when an enemy is involved in a battle with your friendly units, when they break off, they're forced to then turn their attention back to whoever's still there attacking them, which allows the striker to come back around and hit them again. TTRulez AI is what makes this possible. So there you have just two very basic, broad reasons why you still should be using TTRulez AI, and why the vanilla AI in MechWarrior 5 is still not sufficient. I hope you enjoyed it. I understand that Oraeon, the maker of the mod, is working on implementing his orders, the orders functionality of his mod once again, which will give us back the F7 menu, which will allow us to do things like change roles in the middle of a fight and things like that. So look forward to that. Keep an eye out on this mod. This mod is important for this game. No matter how you play it, whether it's with Merc Tech or with yet another mech lab or even vanilla, it elevates it so much. Look at that flank. Look at that flank. That's a deliberate flank. That was a deliberate flank. You can't convince me otherwise. Look at that. He took a shot and he ran this way. That's seeking cover. That's breaking line of sight. Nope. Oh, you want to fight me now, huh? But you see, he's so active. That's why light mechs are more viable in the late game, in the later game with TTRulez AI, because they at least try to maneuver. Good hit. See, look at that. He's dangerous, man. He's doing so much damage. It's a miss. That's fine. You got this. Good hit. He's running around the corner, and he caused the mechs to eject. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this popsicle stand.